Good morning, Belize and the world. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of Hosting the Morning, live from Studio 2 Wave 105.9, your most trusted name in information, education, and entertainment. Alfonso Noble, Joe Bradley. We're sitting in Studio 2, operating from the foothills of the Bell China Bridge right here in Belize City. Wednesday, April 30, 2025. My brother, good morning.
Morning, John.
Television coverage provided by Wave Television. You can also find us using the Wave Radio Belize app, which you could download on your Apple and Android devices. Wave Radio and Wave TV is live every day on our Facebook page, Wave Radio and Wave TV. Find us, like the page, and tune in every day. Wave Radio and Wave TV streaming on Twitch TV at Wave Radio BZ. It's Wednesday, the 30th day of April, 2025. We'll take a look at the weather for today. The information is at 6 this morning. The general situation, easterly airflow continues to support generally fair weather conditions. The 24 forecast for Belize and its coastal waters: sunny skies today with a few cloudy spells. Tonight skies will be clear to partly cloudy. Showers will be isolated. The winds east at 10 to 15 knots. The sea state will be choppy. The wave height 3 to 5 feet. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for similar weather conditions to prevail. The temperatures are high today along the coast, 87 degrees, inland 94 degrees, in the hills 92 degrees Fahrenheit. The lows tonight along the coast, 80 degrees, inland 70 degrees, in the hills 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The tides, the high tide will occur this morning at 10 minutes after 11, followed by another high tonight at 10 minutes after 1. A low tide will occur tonight at 53 minutes after 6. Another low tomorrow morning at 47 minutes after 5. The sun rose this morning at 27 minutes after 5. Will set this evening at 12 minutes after 6. The moon will rise this morning at 51 minutes after 7 and will set tonight at 44 minutes after 9. We want to say thanks to forecaster Catherine Kamabach and the National Meteorological Service of Belize for providing us with today's weather information. Our numbers are 2025360, 2025361. You can call us and join in the conversation this morning right after the short commercial break.
Get ready for fantastic discounts. From now through to September 30th, Venice is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Venice store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th, only at Venice. Quality and savings.
This Easter, experience the luxury of Sunset Curry. Take advantage of exclusive local rates and make unforgettable memories. WhatsApp us at 614-9857 or visit our website to book your stay today.
Welcome back to Wednesday's edition of Hosting the Morning, live from Studio 2 Wave 105.9, your most trusted name in information, education, and entertainment. Alfonso Noble, Joe Bradley. We're sitting in Studio 2, operating from the foothills of the Bell China Bridge right there in Belize City, Wednesday, April 30, 2025. Well, my brother, Yesterday, the UDP, under the leadership of the Honorable Tracy Pantan, had a press conference. It was well attended, I noticed, and a number
Well-
of pressing issues were
Right,
brought
yes,
up.
right.
So,
So we have it already, Sam. We start off with the presentation by the leader.
okay, okay.
Ms. Tracy, and here's what she had to tell the public now.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a good day. It's beautiful to have a good day. Let me first welcome the ladies and gentlemen of the press and Malaysians both here and abroad, both physically here and those who may be tuned in to our first press conference post the general elections. It is my hope that this will be an occasion that we will get to enjoy on a very regular basis. Let me quickly acknowledge my colleagues at the head table and those of our colleagues who have been able to join us physically and those who are not here. Originally, the Honorable Hugo Pat and the Honorable Miguel Guerra had intended to join us. The Honorable Hugo Pat is addressing the crisis that the sugarcane farmers continue to have on the ground in the north. And the Honorable Miguel Guerra is suffering from a severe flu epidemic. I wish to also, on this occasion, to sincerely thank the thousands of Belizeans 128,000 of us who exercised our right to vote in the March 12th general elections. It is a sacred duty that we share as citizens of this country. Although the process contained serious irregularities, we maintain a peaceful election process. The United Democratic Party, and it's no secret, experienced yet another devastating defeat at the polls. However, our commitment to defend Belize's democracy remains strong despite the results. We are determined to speak truth to power. We are determined to defend the rights of every Belizean citizen. We are determined to hold ourselves and this administration to account. It is nothing short of shocking and quite frankly, both dismissive and disrespectful that a full 7 weeks after the March 12th general elections have passed, that the newly elected members of the House of Representatives and the Senate have still not been sworn in. I have been reliably informed that at the announcement of today's press conference, dates have been scheduled for both the ceremonial convening of Parliament and for the presentation of the budget sometime next week. Over the past 4 election cycles, the ceremonial sitting of Parliament
just we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the address. We'll get it fixed and then we'll resume it shortly. But yeah, the leader of the opposition held the press conference yesterday and addressed these national issues. Some included the budget presentation or the lack
thereof.
thereof, the airport, the thing with the hijacking at the airport in Ranchito, the Lee Mark Chang addressed the issue with
The trade.
the trade problems, and then Godwin Halak addressed the hijacking as I mentioned earlier. But and Honorable Patrick Farber was also there, and he spoke about the MCC. And when we haven't heard anything on any of those issues, any of those matters officially from the government of Belize, which is saying that they don't have no answers for the public. But I believe that despite the fact that they don't have answers, they're responsible to the public. And if you don't have the answer, you tell me we don't know yet. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Well, Alfonso,
So
go ahead.
that's a responsibility of leadership. And you can't just pretend as if the thing not happened. You can't pretend as if we're not faced with a major crisis in terms of the MCC, the $50 million that will be missing from the budget.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that the impending problems that will come from the trade wars or the tariff wars between the U.S. and all other countries will not have an effect on us. You can't pretend as if that not happened. That will happen. I would need for, if nothing else, tell the Belizean people, you know what? Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for the worst. And they're not doing that. They're not leading us. They're not having us believe that we can have faith in them. We can have faith in them. We don't know where they want to go, where they do. We don't know nothing. And they don't tell us nothing. Something wrong with their people there.
Well, last night I heard because they had sorry, you had the Fonseca, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, did an interview. He made mention of the hijacking, but he said we are overreacting, and also it's one incident, and they are waiting for a comprehensive to do a comprehensive review. As usual, typical PUP, a comprehensive review before the report. Also, you mentioned the MCC, the 125 million US dollars. He also commented on that, and he'd want us to believe that that the government has not received any official report as to or any official information as to the fact that the money will no longer be coming. And I say, but wait. And he commented on a number of other issues, but they're like, you did talk, but they make no sense. It did not make no sense. You need a comprehensive...
How you want to tell we that 14 people almost losing their lives in an airplane that was moving around in Belizean airspace for 2 hours is not a major issue. It's not something that we must be concerned. And to turn around and tell us that we must maintain this image that Belize, that our laid back, nice little place, that their thing not happen in. Well, it happened.
And it could happen again.
And let me tell you something about these incidents. Whenever there is one that is successful, there will always be someone else who will attempt the other one. That is the way it is. And you have put in absolutely nothing in place to mitigate this from an official standpoint, because the operators, the air carriers have put in some level of rudimentary screening system. But that is not enough. That is not the response to it. You need to put the level of security that the international airport has, whereby everybody goes through this, if you want, a funnel, in order for them to be able to make it into the onto the plane. The body scanners, the metal body scanners, and those kind types of things, they need to be implemented. You cannot continue to operate in this manner, and the responsibility of the authority, the airport authority, to do this. It is not the responsibility of the individual air carriers. They are leasing space or they are renting space, and they pay the money for land plane and for takeoff plane at these airships. And it is the responsibility of those people in charge of those infrastructure to put those things in place. And this topic about air security, local air security, is not one that has been that is new. This is not something that is new. This is something that has been on the burners for years and years and years and years. And there have always been these expressions of concern about the air security, and they have done absolutely nothing to address that situation. And here, this is where we are now. This is where we are today, whereby the level of security, air security in local air security, is the same as it was before the hijacker, minus one man with a thing,
A scanner?
the scanner.
And you put one police to all the municipal airships.
For check people, for frisk people.
Yeah. That's not enough.
That is not the solution.
You see, Alfonso, and
Come up with a press. I think they said that the
airport
airport authority will have a press conference today. Well, hurrah for that.
And then aviation is under the Prime Minister. He's responsible for aviation, and like we've been saying, nothing, and it's not the first time. You remember there's a pilot who has gone missing in his plane. You know how long that ago? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Gabriel, I think, a pilot, and nothing, no kind of security. And they tell you, oh, well, you know what happened? We were thinking about it, and we were going to implement it. We're going, what are we doing? What Francis say, it's really overreact. And they're waiting for a comprehensive report, to make a comprehensive report. I say, and you know, Fonso, another thing, we need to look on security all over. You see how much people, especially on these water taxis that goes to the queue, so crowded in there. So there is no kind of scanning. There is no they no search their luggage, they no scan their luggage, nothing. And we have to look at security, because, like you said, and I agree with you 100%. You see, it happen once, you would pray that it wouldn't happen again. But the big thing is, it could happen again. And what are we doing to ensure that it not happen? But
that's why measures need to be taken.
Yes. But
the response to that ought to have been immediate. Immediate. Right as soon as the matter was resolved, as soon as that plane land and whatever, yeah, we balls up this one. We never had enough security, but by the end of the month, we would have done this. By the end of 6 weeks, we would, or 2 months, we would have done this, and give a timeline as to when the implementation of these things would have taken place. And let me tell you something, the airports authority not broke. The airports authority by no means
no,
broke.
not broke.
they make some senior money
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
off these local carriers. Senior money. So what they do with the money? What they do with it?
Because they're charged for every landing, even international flights pay to land.
Everybody
so
pay and
there's
a
lot
big
lot of
money.
and so
And then they have access to international financing by way of COSESTA and that kind of thing. And the other then the thing that COSESTA will support, can support, and does support. But they're not interested in that.
video Francis Fonseca say we the overreact. It's only one incident. We the overreact. And you know, every time anything happen, this PUP always say, like, "Oh, we want do a study, a comprehensive study." See, the other morning, as it relates to the teachers who, by the way, today is Wednesday, they should be having their meeting. Oh, we have to do a comprehensive study. How and I hear this thing, and I say, but wait, how long the teachers they meet with this negotiating team, this PUP negotiating team, Cordell, Francis Fonseca, and Henry Charles. They didn't meet. So you just know they say that, oh, we need a comprehensive study. We need to study it. Man, boy, I don't know. And I remember we had a problem last year at the IT vet. The Honorable Francis Fonseca was the Minister of Education, but you had that problem the year before, and the same thing he said the year before he said last year. So you are tell me no fool about no comprehensive study. That will never happen. That will never happen, my brother. But
we're trying desperately to squeeze blood out of stone. Kadem bale no key. They no key about nothing. When last has Johnny Briceño had a press conference and afraid in the refuse to sit in front of the media, and like I said, he's the one in charge of the airport authority. You think he has show up? No, sir. No, sir. I tell you now. Shit.
you know, also, as we talk about Johnny Briceño had a meeting, some telephone conversation with Rubio, Secretary of State, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But here, what was discussed? Here, nothing. No report and say, well, look at this are the issue, and no, that would have been the correct man to get some kind of information as it relates to the MCC grant, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the chairman, I think, of that organization. But then Francis he's trying to give us the impression that nothing, no kind of communication has been received by the government of Belize as it relates to the cancellation of that program. But then they close on the 90 days time, they close on the whole operation. So 90 days time, they close on the operation. And so we are still waiting, because according to him, we don't get nothing official yet. boy.
It's 7:31. We need to take our BL break. We'll do that, and we'll be right back.
with benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Evening, everybody. Not one, not two, but 3 fan on, TV, and all the lights. Hey!
Small changes, like turning off lights and appliances when leaving the room, can make a big difference in your energy usage. Talk to your family about energy management today. Do a little, conserve a lot. Need help? The BEL 24/7 app has tools to get you on the right track. Download today and let's talk energy management.
Yeah, we're back. We're back, my brother. And then you know, play out there. First, also, I noticed yesterday, last night on the news, they took up a big portion of the news, a whole section of the news. Whole segment of the news was used to look at this thing with the Honorable Senator Patrick Farber. And I say about the way wrong. What is wrong? You want
let me tell you something. This looks like politically motivated actions by the police against a member of the United Democratic Party. And it seems that it's becoming more frequent. On Saturday, myself and Yellow Man were going to 8 Miles to deal with something. I have a vehicle I was driving a vehicle that just come into the country. The person has not yet authorized me to transfer it into my name.
Okay.
Had not at that time, because he was not in the country. They stopped me at the checkpoint and pulled me over, asked me for the documentation. No, show them the documentation that the vehicle just come in. Say, oh, this not got no license, pull over. Fine, no problem. Give me my ticket. Pull over. But then got me there 10, 15, 20 minutes, almost half an hour. They did wait for my ticket. I get out of my vehicle. I went to the policeman and kindly asked him to give me back my documents, because those documents are mine. If you want to give me a ticket, you do not need to hold my documents. All you needed was my driver's license. And they had we to sit down there for a good half an hour, almost 40 minutes to wait there for one ticket. For one ticket for not having a sticker. And indeed, I was driving a vehicle that was not registered at that time. Man, but write the ticket and make I go about my business. I had stuff to do. I believe that they're targeting UDP and personnel. They do the same thing to Boots. Boots driver, the drive one pickup truck with a trailer attached on it. Stop on and said the trailer don't have no license and no insurance. But the trailer has license and insurance. It's just that it sticks somewhere where part you don't want to see it and it's not exposed to the elements. And only that, they go thief it.
Yeah.
They go thief it. So when Boots reach the checkpoint, then they string up the driver there. Because they know that a Boots driver, they know that a Boots vehicle and Boots trailer. And they want to give him a ticket. Fit something where they but they don't want to look for it. Then here comes Honorable Farber. The entire process was one where he didn't have his driver's license. He went somewhere where he had the driver's license and they give it to the whole ordeal ought to have ended right there. But they continue. They want to continue. They want to continue. Oh, where they registration? You look at it tamper with this insurance, man. So what is the charge? What is the charge? And this is targeting. This is blatant political victimization using the police department.
Well, my brother,
And I don't blame Honorable Patrick Faber for me videotaping these police officers, because I did the same thing.
but there's nothing illegal.
I
in that.
did the same thing when they stopped me Saturday. And then I have a special branch man decided, oh, she hurried and she the videotape. I got up to her and say, hi, my name is Alfonso Noble. The policeman over there have my property. I need my property. But they don't say that. Carl.
Carla, good morning. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, Joe and Francis.
Uh-huh.
And because man, I want to work in a police, we got a belief. They are police unprofessional there. Just like they want the PG. Just like they want the PG, especially the leadership. Imagine, I had a case. This case adjourned 3 times, and on the 3rd adjournment, you know what I see? I see the leader of the police department, the PG, coming out of the chamber of the magistracy. When I can know, the magistrate will come in and tell me that I have to go there. The professional standard branch. No, man. I believe that I have the right to choose whichever part of the judiciary I want. Nobody's supposed to tell me, but this is what the police do there. Why? Because we seem to be poor people and everybody just take we like this. So I declare, because I want to make the rule that the leadership of the police department here is making things worse for many of us. Many of we, sir, are doing things so that we could bring closure to what has happened to our family. But this leadership here, not to make that happen. That's why we have people to take the line to their own hand. We have a lot of street justice, and if you listen over the Easter holiday, Holy Week, we see what happened here. Toledo became a bloody town because of these street justice, all caused by the police who are not doing what they need to do, which is to ensure that law and order is in place and the justice is not denied. Thank you very much.
Okay, my buddy. You see, when they talk about the Honorable Patrick Faber, and somebody send me a text message and say, "Go, morning, Joe. They're making big noise about Patrick Faber's traffic incident. What is the latest on CEO Paul Thompson's investigation? What happened with Oscar Requenia's case in PG? Right? And then also they say, remember Abelardo, my traffic incident as well, when a woman was killed in Child Farm. And they're asking, when will the PM hold his first press conference? When will the PM address the nation regarding the plane hijacking incident? They said, sure. You know, but why it really rough. But we are living in a PUP country, dictatorship. PUP control everything, and when we believe that anything will happen, any report will come out, any information will come out, we want wait till they're ready, if they want, to bring it out. You see what happened when you had the Senate, when you had the Senate hearing? When the guys gone right there and say, well, here we have
No answer, none
we not for none, so nothing walk right out. When they ask somebody, but they're not for...
2 ministers of government?
Yes, they're not for answer nothing. They're not PUP. But this is where we've become. This is what we've become now, where they run and do anything. I tell you, this election, March 12th, 20. Really, these guys arrogant. They don't care. You see, we get one overwhelming mandate. And I remember under the previous administration, the previous term, sorry, this PUP, the first term, Johnny said, listen to me, they elect us to govern and we want govern. They elect we to govern and we want govern.
Yeah, man.
It's rough to me, but
I tell you that thing with Honorable Farmer, pure political victimization.
yeah.
Pure political victimization. And this business of recording, I have no point of doing nothing wrong. When you do no wrong, you fear no man. And if it is that they could record, you could record it too.
But nothing nothing
If
wrong with
they
recording.
record you record it too.
I know, see.
There was a case out there on the same internet. You got it to think you want to run smooth summer. Okay. Because you could reach the point of that. Actually, we could start. I don't remember if I stop. All right, we could start back again with Administration's address.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a good day to have a good day. Let me first welcome the ladies and gentlemen of the press and Belizeans both here and abroad, both physically here and those who may be tuned in to our first press conference post the general elections. It is my hope that this will be an occasion that we will get to enjoy on a very regular basis. Let me quickly acknowledge my colleagues at the head table and those of our colleagues who have been able to join us physically and those who are not here. Originally, the Honorable Hugo Pat and the Honorable Miguel Guerra had intended to join us. The Honorable Hugo Pat is addressing the crisis that the sugarcane farmers continue to have on the ground in the north. And the Honorable Miguel Guerra is suffering from a severe flu epidemic. I wish to also, on this occasion, to sincerely thank the thousands of Belizeans, 128,000 of us, who exercised our right to vote in the March 12th general elections. It is a sacred duty that we share as citizens of this country. Although the process contained serious irregularities, we maintain a peaceful election process. The United Democratic Party, and it's no secret, experienced yet another devastating defeat at the polls. However, our commitment to defend Belize's democracy remains strong despite the results. We are determined to speak truth to power. We are determined to defend the rights of every Belizean citizen. We are determined to hold ourselves and this administration to account. It is nothing short of shocking and quite frankly both dismissive and disrespectful that a full 7 weeks after the March 12th general elections have passed, that the newly elected members of the House of Representatives and the Senate have still not been sworn in. I have been reliably informed that at the announcement of today's press conference, dates have been scheduled for both the ceremonial convening of Parliament and for the presentation of the budget sometime next week. Over the past 4 election cycles, the ceremonial sitting of Parliament took place within 1 or 2 weeks of the election. The government has had months to prepare, because if you listen to their election propaganda, they were going to win all 31 seats. They were confident, arrogantly confident, that they would be re-elected, yet they have failed to honor even the most basic principle of democracy, giving effect to the voices of the people. This, my friends, is a grave insult. What is also very telling and troubling and speaks to the blatant disregard of this administration has for Belizean people is that we still have no idea what the budget estimates for the financial year are and what would be the government's priorities. This from a government who, one, knew when the elections would be called, and two, who started the budget exercise in October of last year. Yet, while the budget remains missing, they somehow found it quite urgent to quietly push through massive salary increases for the cabinet secretary and for CEOs. This at a time when food prices are rising, when fuel prices are climbing, when we are on the brink of an energy crisis, and when our Belizean families are struggling to survive. Notwithstanding the cries of the teachers for salary adjustments and long overdue increments, notwithstanding the pleas of our public health professionals for pension considerations after years of service, notwithstanding demands of our law enforcement officers for better working conditions, notwithstanding the cries of our stevedores who are now considered essential workers, notwithstanding the express concerns of public servants for more accountability, more transparency, and more consultation in our decision-making process. There is still no budget estimates for our review. You see, the government operates as though they're spending their money, when in fact they're spending taxpayers' money and must be held to account in how they utilize the public purse. If I, though, can hazard a guess as to the delay in the budget presentation, it really has nothing to do with the reconfiguration of cabinet, as the Prime Minister has suggested, but rather, this new budget will reveal that hard time they are. The hard times are looming, my friends. There is a shrinking economy, increase in cost of living, and a need for serious belt-tightening that will make those salary adjustments only for the privileged few indispensable. We cannot and we will not move forward as a nation without addressing the blatant election fraud that marred the March 12th elections. While it can be said that over the years, both political parties have made mistakes in raising the voters' expectations during the election season, what we witnessed from the ruling People's United Party in these last elections, my friend, crossed every line of decency, integrity, and respect for our electorate. Of course, there was the expansion of fraud during the transfer period. We all know the case of Kyle North that has been fully documented and presented not only to the magistrate court, to the lower court, but to the high court. Let me tell you how blatant it got. Even a single bedroom starter home was used repeatedly to facilitate voter padding, with the registration of dozens, and when I tell you dozens of voters at that address within 3 days. Given that address verification is a requirement under the Representation of the People's Act, this raises serious legal and procedural red flags. And then, of course, there was tampering with the voters' lists. Even though, as I said before, the matter of fraudulent voters was taken to the court, many of these illegal registrations made it onto the voters' list. There was no accountability, even by our judicial system, and no respect for the judiciary under this administration. And of course, we can't forget the abuse of the election processes and mechanisms. So I will tell you my experience in Albert, where almost all voters who showed up to the poll in blue shirts were disabled and needed assistance to mark their X on the ballot. Able-bodied men and women who I have interacted with on the campaign trail, all of a sudden was not able to read, was not able to see, was not able to write, for the promise of somewhere between $250 to $500. I witnessed that with my own 2 eyes. And had I not been stationary, literally, at the polls on election day, no one could have guessed what my fate would have been. And finally, there was a shameless use of government resources and institutional complicity and insider involvement at the polls on election day. It was in full display. My friends, this kind of corruption does not just stain an election, it strikes at the very soul of our democracy. It sends a message that elections are no longer about the will of the people, as it was designed to be, but who has the most money, who has the most resources, and who has the least amount of shame. We cannot, and I appeal to our Belizean voters, we simply cannot afford to normalize or regularize this kind of election fraud. Before I leave the podium, I would like to speak briefly on the imminent rise in the cost of living and in the cost of doing business. The global economy, as we all know, is shifting dangerously. My colleague, the Honorable Mark Chan, will speak to the global trade war that is brewing and its impact, its potential impact on small economies in this region, and particularly our Belizean economy. Belizeans, as I've said before, are already feeling the exponential increases in the cost of living. Every time I go to the supermarket, every 2 weeks or so, the prices of goods go up. The prices at the pump are going up. Energy costs is going up when we do have access to energy supply. Belmopan, I understand it had 9 hours of unscheduled power outage on Sunday. Belizeans have trouble accessing affordable and quality health care. And yet, in the absence of a national budget, the government has offered no plan, it has offered no strategy, it has offered no social safety net to accommodate the most vulnerable and marginalized in our communities. The United Democratic Party calls for immediate, practical action. Let's reduce fuel taxes. Let's introduce targeted subsidies. Let's provide incentives that really support small businesses, the productive sector, and those significant industries like sugar, so they can stay afloat. You see, my friends, leadership is not about reacting in a crisis. Leadership is about preparing for it. And I know what's on everybody's mind. And so let me address it now. What is the state of affairs for the UDP, and what is the way forward? I say this, I want you to hear me loudly and clearly. We are renewed. I think the table is indicative of that. We are united. We are determined to move forward. We are building from the ground up, engaging our young minds, re-energizing our grassroots, one constituency at a time, defending our democracy at every opportunity we get. We are committed to being the voice of the voiceless and the relentless watchdog for good governance and accountability. magic wand, but this comes with the territory. We will not, I cannot say this loudly enough, we will not be dragged into a media circus. We move forward undistracted, unapologetic, and unstoppable. Our singular undertaking as it relates to our party's affairs is to regain the trust and confidence of the Belizean people. And that is what we will deliver. We are focused on a party that is all inclusive. And so if there's any member of the UDP who needs to hear this, if there's any Belizean that needs to hear this, if there's anybody, any stakeholder, any member of our business community who needs to hear this, we welcome you under the tent of the United Democratic Party. We will fight for the Belizean people to protect our rights, to protect our livelihoods, and to protect our future. The UDP is standing strong. The UDP is standing ready. I thank you.
So that was Honorable Tracy Panton's address yesterday at the press conference. Very clear, very clear, very direct. The UDP is moving forward. The UDP want to deliver for the people. Anyway, it's what 4 minutes after 8. We need to take our Grace coffee break. We'll do that and we'll be right back.
Grace, the name you can trust.
Yeah.
Cellular World's Easter Egg Extravaganza is here with the most exciting deals of the month. Enjoy budget phones as low as $65, tablets starting at $149, and Chromebooks and laptops as low as $589. Or go big at home with our Samsung or TCL TVs plus speakers, headphones, monitors, printers, accessories, and so much more. Let the party, gaming, and fun be a never-ending vibe with our wide selection of JBL auto systems, fully backed up with a 1-year warranty, starting at only $99. But that's not all. You can also get yourself a Samsung Galaxy phone, tablet, buds, or smartwatch, and save even more with a 1-year local warranty included. Cellular World has the tech that suits your needs. Visit any of our store countrywide or shop via our virtual store on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp us at 615-5141. We can ship your purchases safely countrywide. Don't miss out on our exciting Easter deals and have an unforgettable adventure.
Get ready for fantastic discounts. From now through to September 30th, Venice is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Venice store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th. Only at Venice. Quality and savings.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
escape is waiting. Book your stay at Bananas on the Beach and enjoy exclusive local specials this Easter. Call or WhatsApp us at 614-9857 or visit our website to book your stay today.
Evening, everybody. Not one, not two, but 3 fanan, TV, and all the lights. Hey!
Small changes, like turning off lights and appliances when leaving the room, can make a big difference in your energy usage. Talk to your family about energy management today. Do a little, conserve a lot. Need help? The BEL 24/7 app has tools to get you on the right track. Download today and let's talk energy management.
Welcome back to Wednesday's edition of First Thing in the Morning, live from Studio 2 Wave 105.9, your most trusted name in information, education, and entertainment. Alfonso Noble, Joe Bradley. We're sitting in Studio 2, operating from the foothills of Abel China Bridge right here in Belize City, Wednesday, April 30, 2025. Again, we want to remind you, the garden will be out later, later today. Be informed, read the garden, and you still have time if you want to send a message, Labor Day message. You can call 227-2576. Yeah.
Yeah. So the UDP announced the announcement yesterday at the press conference is that by the middle of May, there's going to be a National Party Council meeting. At that meeting, there will be the determination as to when there will be the national election, the election for the leadership convention.
Okay.
So within the next couple of months, we should get all of those things in order, and we move from there now.
Yeah.
We're in a point right now that we don't have no leadership structure.
Okay.
In a sense, and we need to get that sorted out, so that we chart our way forward now. So within the next couple of months, we should be in a far better position than we are at this point in time.
Yep.
Carl.
Carla, good morning. You're live.
Good morning.
My brother, good morning.
Good morning, brother Alfonso.
Where you going, Yels?
I make a good press conference yesterday. Things going good.
Yeah, man.
Nice to know. The issues there. I think well, our nice start also. We want to continue on the same path. There's no negativity, straight positivity right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Only no more negativity. We don't need to call or talk about nobody. Very insignificant. And if nothing like that, so let's have to focus, man.
Yep.
So I get this started. Going. People are saying the teachers, they got anything to them, me.
Yeah.
Countrywide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they teach us pick up something. They teach you what demonstration. Because I teach them a little bit technical, no risk. Nobody, no radio, we can't get release money on the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
The teachers they go out, but the teachers they take any action. I declare all the UDPs there countrywide. They make us join their people, support their people. At the end of the day, but their people have to take care of it quick. Just right now, my son at home, and I can't even sleep my usual time. But bother me already, throw me out.
But you don't always get up that you 12, the time for get up.
Well, me work, listen to me, I work 24/7 around the clock. My work never ends. I don't know 8 to 5 employees.
So you catch your rest when you could.
I could, kind of 24/7.
Yeah.
I pass the other stuff for call and I ready.
Uh-huh.
I know get part time after that 24/7. I record back the call and say yes. So if you go to PG, no PG, I have to go.
Yeah.
But call me 12 tonight, you don't need to go, sir. I need to go.
Yeah.
I know got no specific time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I tell them when they pick the home, they call the body early morning, the message your nerves. I didn't have a turn play, kind of your turn so, they knock you. You turn the next day, knock you. They already stay over that day. I think, man, you better not, boy, you don't go to school yet. I forget no school teachers, you are not my fun.
Yeah.
They meet the rally boy, they do their thing. I sit at the circle yesterday, and I'm enjoying the road there, boy.
Oh, yes, Kyle, got a press conference, no?
Yeah, got a press conference on the road. So I don't who the boy, somebody do a good job on the road there, boy, by Court area, this all these spots.
The Naran Highway there by the between the two roundabout there.
Yeah,
Then they don't hot mix, right?
You get boy look at the road, that boy.
It's an inconvenience, you know, right now that like it causes some major traffic issues. Major.
But you know mine.
But I tell you something, that happened for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
But I tell you, when they're done with the road good. The RJB man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, correct. The RJB that work there and they dig out the drain there and they put in the sidewalk there, everything, you know. Really well done. I mean,
my son there to tell you about the coastal road there.
Man, remember when we got to the coastal road there, I said that then they pour more cement patapait.
Yeah. I say but how they just do the road there, they road done the broke up.
Car saving. Car saving.
Yeah, but when I got one day on the road for the thing that says to I said, but why? It's a boy, I nearly feel like when I'm in the thing the other day.
Sure.
The road that's not over, so boy, they tell them the road.
First world.
I said, it's nearly feel like that, I believe they improved the road, really nice to boy.
Yeah, no, but the Naran Highway, they're really good. Well done, it's well done.
Yeah. I think they need to go on a spot like that.
Yeah, most road needs for they like that, man.
Because the truth is, whoever they get a contractor, don't care who they get a contractor. There needs to be real actual investing money for real men. You can't get a contractor, you know. You get a contract for $5 million. And out of the $5 million, you only plan to spend $2 million on kid tree. We not get the work, we not get the proper mixture we need so the road can get done proper. So that I mean like that boy, but yeah, like I tell you boy, we need to get ready. The UDPs need to get ready, so we go out there, to demonstrate and rally and support the teachers and the public officers there and some. And the people deserve their money, man.
Yeah.
But yellow. The first September, the people tell the leadership that they want a demonstration, you know. Yeah. September last year, you know.
Yeah, true.
And then they got into meeting. Well, you know you're going to sit down with Curl and hear a sweet talk, yo. Next thing I know, you come out there with the green, and they take picture, Francis, all, and then they just happy. And the teachers still not going to pay.
Yeah, boy.
They chance him in.
They agree for a thing, but nothing happened after.
Oh.
But she not know a thing. Excuse me, sorry. She not picked one thing yesterday. She not picked because she not picked. She one thing she picked. I don't know she picked up the teacher neither. But she not say one thing. She not say what happened now is that the teacher, that the teachers there now, going and then meet with them and they promised to a couple, they meet with a couple of the leaders of the union, and they promised their union, the teachers union, the leaders there, something. And when they promised them something and they get their thing, they calm down, they don't want to go again. Then they want to invite to our next group and they will promise this code or a thing, and they don't want to go again. And then the thing end up like that till we end up, they say, you know what, well, we're not nothing because boy, they may give me something.
Correct.
We don't know, they really fight for the members. They know what people know about fight for the members, but it's something like that, she they say yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say true. They walk up, oh, I give them the land. They give people, there's nothing wrong with it. You have to appreciate that they get land. So, you know, everybody get land in the country. So, everybody
Yeah,
get land.
yeah.
But then, when they come in, oh, I get all of the land. They get each other, so swamp way back in, we don't know where they
You can't find, you ain't know for the place there.
you ain't got no road, no access, no nothing. You can't develop that right now. If you're trying to develop, if you can develop your own part, you will go right or wrong, you so can't get developed because people not got the money to develop that right now. Then that makes you stand down. You get quiet. You know, I do nothing now because you know what they just give me a land. They say they give me a land and they rally against me. But the truth is that your land.
Mm-hmm.
Now the land that belongs to the people, and the government, whether we're supposed to take the land and give it to the people. So we can't make them people they come because they give it something they can't speak out. Or else we waste your time. And I tell them about we need to join their people, we need to go with their people. As you talk about a chapter yesterday, Dangriga. Even that Dangriga yesterday, we know about it. I mean Sunday.
Uh-huh.
I when you got a chapter park there, when the first time when the chapter do come in, you have to hot wire. Where you call it now?
Yeah, hot wire hit. Hot wire hit.
Make it me start all kind of thing. And then I start the park right there.
The tractor no got no transmission. The tractor in two pieces.
$40,000.
48, 49.
Yeah, you are spent on one tractor. You know this government serious stuff.
And yellow, you know, work one day, you know, the thing no move, one day no move. The day when they inaugurated, when they cut the ribbon, I saw it couldn't start.
Yeah, you see the band they try start.
Yeah, you didn't play there, no.
You spend the kind of money there, and no work, no matter. You then carry it back to the people there where you buy it from and give up your money.
Aha, and that's the thing.
So who you buy it from?
No, that where you get when you buy it.
Yeah, where you get to buy it. Because you have to get that PUP, about it, PUP are dangerous, you know. So where you buy it, that's where I want to know because you buy it.
You know who get it? The people. The people at Dangriga that then get shaft.
And we don't run the Dangriga, that's the street there, bad Japan, so?
Yeah.
And
you know that 49 million, I mean 49,000 could I do?
Boy, look at, you see how we passed the Lee Bridge there? Wakala called me the other day, he said in the bill, so new bridge the Dangriga.
Well, touch up.
When I tell him, I should have take a picture, but I'm in the try hurry to reach the spot there, and then we don't really know what part the center there, so confused. Anyway, patch, like every 6 inches got a patch. Every 6 inches, patch, the whole thing patch up. I don't see something patch up like that yet.
And like what iron they got to.
Lord, yes.
I didn't
Yeah.
the sound of
Yes. The sound of metal, the rope and metal.
Yeah.
You think that joke like mother like you spend $49,000 for a machine and never move and you can't fix the street at that area.
But if you buy two new compactor truck now, boy, they may add that too, but apparently the information we get there that they're going to buy it themselves. Boy, you remember yellow?
We happen is they get away that thing last time because we made the quarrel too much and they pay attention and let's bring up the issue and the fight with ourselves. But like how now things they change now. The party unite now, and when they go forward now, we want to start doing everything where they do. Everything where they do, the public want to know.
Mm-hmm.
And the public officers, they're ready to leak. If the public officers, they leak their raise a pay quick.
No more. After then they say, their CEOs, they get big raise.
Yeah.
And then you sit down right there, and they work hard. You can't get nothing, you can't get your increment, your yearly increment.
Yeah.
Your yearly increment, you can't get their chance, you know.
Yeah, because there's more than a chance there, people. I can tell you something why their chance, but I'm just saying, say people are so they're teachers and police officers, all of that. Can the police they go out there and entertain people? I can tell you something, Brett. You see, they're poor policemen, they're poor nurses, they're poor teachers, but all
the PDF, boy.
all the people, all the public officers are some men, breads, the people, the chance about getting the people because the people, most of the people, breads, most of the people, just like myself,
Yeah.
bread, the people got loans and some people have to pay breads. The people go borrow and the people go never borrow money if squander no money.
Yeah.
The people go borrow their money because they live their life happy or pay their lead bills and things also. People will look for you and tell you when the people, the teachers and the police officers go borrow money, say why Easter come. And they get Easter break. You want never get her. Because poor police sometimes they have to work through it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when the people are getting a lead loan, like St. Files and go get a lead loan, because they want to go to a lead key car, because they want to go to a lead chetomale, or a lead thing or so. But how you could vex with the people when the people also want to enjoy their life? Not tell me, oh, you don't get no money if you go party out. You have to get some time when you have to enjoy your life too.
Mm-hmm.
So what's wrong with that? Huh? But then the people they work very, very hard. The teachers have sitting in their classroom and deal with the picnic and picnic at school without food and they teach have to feed them, you know.
Yep.
Many days they teach
Yep.
wallet.
That's not a lie, sir.
I could tell you that because Yellow,
People picnic.
Yellow, you know my wife that me teacher for years, from 18 she a teacher. And I tell you, you have to take money sometimes. You carry them home to your house, go eat. You carry them, go bathe them, all kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And out your own money.
Yeah. But me used to tell her, I used to run the lane, but me with Jolene and his sister and bread and I see people, especially when school they open up also bread.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to take their leave money and they try to make sure their classroom look good. They have to pay and that kind of thing also. Anything not easy for them people. Not like the government will come and say, you know what? I will get all no things so they can fix up on the classroom and thing also. The people have to find them one thing, they think they're not fair to them people, bread. They think anything fair for them police officers have to get up that man in time and go to their terminal, go catch the bus. Well, no, then they change it and they say, no, not catch the bus now. If you got your uniform, you have to pay a thing also, right? But bread, many days the police officers, the kind of salary with the police officers, so they make no fair to the police officer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And all the nurses when they calibrate some bread, they could talk when they want about KHMH. When you go to KHMH fund, so the way how the nurses they treat you. People, I see people run the private hospital, but anything happen, but I don't got no private hospital money anyway. But you see me, if I even make a private hospital money, but I got a KHMH, I know about how good. And then people deal with you 24/7, bread, you got a doctor there, whether they every day, all night with you.
Mm-hmm.
You got nurses, we deal with you, they don't got a schedule set up.
Find your bed, Yellow. Find your bed.
This hour they figure, this pills, next hour they figure, so injection, they got thing, and then people they go check you, people see if you're alright, the doctor they walk room 12, 1, 2 in the morning, they check for you, so their people deserve their money. When the government officials, they got a private hospital, when the very same doctor from the private hospital, the KHMH have to go to the private hospital to deal with them. And then return back the we hospital. But make I tell you something also. I think the public officers also need to stop playing with politicians, red or blue. And what this administration is doing today, because they feel like they get a mandate where they could take advantage and they feel like they're untouchable, you know. They believe they're untouchable and they could do what they want. We cannot allow that to continue. People deserve their pay. They people have to pay light. They have to pay water. They have to pay their phone bill. They have to pay their education bill. The people that kind of bill have to get food bill. When they go to the shop, the prices of goods is too high. If they make $100, they go to the shop, go back. But not block $100, go to the shop.
No.
It
does. That's true.
You don't get nothing, like you waste your time.
Yep.
The simple thing as noodles, they carry up. You know, there's one more thing before I come up and take up on the time. They talk about the UDP and they try run down and try criticize the UDP. Do it under the UDP. Make we be honest and make we be real. And even the PUP, they're honest about it. They tell you, like, me far better.
Yeah.
Far better under the UDP. The people that got that poll going to vote this election to PUP because of the car. Then people make confused and the UDPs never want to come out and the PUPs they will do me available when we want to come for vote for which there is a mention of UDP because if people got in their mind that your party want to lose, people don't want to support you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens.
I know UDPs they vote for PUP.
Yeah.
Yeah, PUPs they vote PUP. I kind of thing also.
Somebody say, our next note, yellow says, somebody say, I catch bus a lot and police still pay $5 on Corozal to Belize City. And then somebody say, Mawnin Fonso, they can't carry back the tractor because they will have to give up the cut when they get after the sale.
But that person they're right.
Yeah.
that person, man, I must call her son or daughter.
He powder.
Because I don't lie. If you go back and compare and say, chapter no, they work. Your cut, you have to come up with your cut.
Give me your, yeah.
Yes. Huh? The thing no got through.
Come up with your cut.
Yeah, you don't spend that past sweetheart and so.
Yeah.
Anyway, from some Uncle George, somebody else must want to call it up. Sure.
Thank you.
Later,
And
else.
tomorrow, holiday from so no,
Yeah.
mean.
Labor Day, boy.
Yeah.
Happy Labor Day, my
Happy
brother.
Labor Day to you. Cause you labor day and night.
Everybody in the country.
You labor day and night.
Yeah, 24/7.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Somebody say,
Yeah,
good morning, Fonso. Please remind listeners of the salary cut that our BDF had to endure. Imagine our security services do not deserve a little salary increase, especially knowing that they do not have university degrees for what they do. They are on the civil servant pay scale. PUP cut their salaries, but increased that of a man who earns more money than a BDF gets for his entire years of
Yes.
service
Fonso.
and gratuity. Remember BNTU's Phaser and the one from PG and Margaret Ventura, who were union presidents? They all got. Folks forget.
Listen to me, we talk about BDF and BDF. Yesterday, right out there on BDF in a big truck come out there. Right? And they just come across and we had a little conversation. The man say tough. He rough.
Was tough, you
And
know?
he out
Joe,
in a PG, you know.
Carl.
Boy, Carla, good morning, your life.
Morning from Santo.
Hey, morning.
Listening to the news last night and the subject the comments where a man passed concerning the situation with the hijacking of the plane. I think the best man with us fussing up, you know, because that's disrespectful here about really people that overreact. So they not take into consideration that the pilot, the good work of the man and how God guide the man to stay focused, no panic, and do the right thing. And the man make up his mind when you listen to the man interview.
Yes.
And make up his mind that if he has to give up his life to save the passengers, the rest of people on the plane, that thing will do. And
Yes.
this is the comment, this man, how many people are so disrespectful?
The man said the only one incident, but man, listen to me.
Yes,
15 people, 15 lives could have been lost there.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
to the pilot.
Why would a man have something like that to say? He bet he never have nothing to say.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Medek, I listened to and I was upset. People overreact, and only one incident, and we have to do a comprehensive study before. I
But
said
everything today a comprehensive study, Papa.
yes.
Everything. This man, in the statement the man made last night, he not even acknowledge the work of the pilot.
Uh-huh.
That man, because if you listen to that gentleman interview, he tell you, he make up his mind, he say, at that point when in the stubborn, he make up his mind that if he have to lose for his life, but he will protect the people every day enough for his hand. And this man never say one, not say nothing to that man yesterday about talk about we did overreact. I mean, what's wrong with them people here? The best that man never say nothing. If you are compared to a national radio, and that are the best thing you have to say, your parents, teachers, are not going to shut your mouth. That is very disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
But then people, then ministers, then people, they believe in and disrespect us in every way. Then to make matters worse, I don't know if you guys are aware, Terry Musa now, yeah, we're here half for the man tomorrow. A black party from Bachelor Avenue. Now this poor man still in a recovery. This gentleman has to take liquid food. What are the purpose of the black party? That are the best thing could do for that gentleman who risk his life, but did such a road thing and put himself on. The man he used all the intelligence we God give her to find a way to make sure he stay right wrong with the city.
You need to go pay the man like for bill.
To listen to that gentleman how he was inspired. He said he survived by faith that thing of God to make that thing never gonna work. And they are not the stupidnest way they want to papa. They think they hurt you, man. No, this one he want a black party tomorrow. What will that do for the gentleman? What will that do for that pilot? Man, I then up to now the Prime Minister not said nothing yet. What happened? He come back into the country and not say one word. I don't understand this people, man. Every time they open their mouth, all they do is disrespect people. Oh, this man had a weedy over here. Come you mean that was life, that was a lot of lives in the day we could have been lost. I think could have made God work. Praise God that things work out for the best. But that man put his life on the line. He tell you in an interview, he at one point he make up his mind, if I have to lose my life, but I want to save my passengers. And this one I talk about with the overreact, and only one incident. So how much incidents you have to make them take it serious. So like today, he take the incident as nothing. I don't know, there are people that, I tell you, if you no heart sometimes to listen to them, you know. Now, so much days pass, they're not saying nothing, and the first one out and talk, then they're stupid to have to hear from them. I don't know, it's sad. I get so upset to listen to the news last. So there's something wrong with this man. Then when they ask her, when they continue interview and they ask her about the money from the US, he say they ain't not get no official letter yet. So if they, according to him, if you believe him, that the government believes not getting no letter yet, that the money no come. So where does the media house and our call it out, Love FM put out that thing the money? He showed the letter. He said that the money cancelled. Then okay, so according to him, if they don't get no official letter, like he want to believe that not true. He want to believe that not true. Because they show the Prime Minister meet with the man from the state. Alright, so then when you sadden over, because when you listen to interview about 3 or 4 times, say, I am saddened. So when you sadden over, if according to you, you don't get no confirmation that we not get the money. Then people come out and talk no stupidness. Sometimes you're cut off the news because you just get angry. I don't know. Sometimes I think the best thing to shut up me. I have to call and mention that this man. But you want to really overreact. So what happened? So more that have to happen to make them take it serious or worry about people.
Shelley, this bloody plane, the circle over the country, over it believes in airspace. That thing could have been condoned anywhere, you know, yep. By anyone over head, you know. With you could have gone into a building, God forbid, and you think about these things, and then you say, oh, we're overreacting.
And only one incident.
And then he said more than one time. So
yes.
What's wrong with this man? Why this man never just shut him out?
Man, everything. Look at it. Shelley, he spoke about a ministerial team with 2 major board areas. The minister, now they say the purpose of this thing. The minister's got a first-hand view of the devastation of Belize's forests caused by illegal activities of Guatemalan loggers, cattle ranchers, as well as illegal drug activity. Man, here...
Just hear about that then. Nobody overreact on that too. Yards are yards.
You know, tell you, well, what we are do, we will come up with a comprehensive plan. Because then a comprehensive plan as to how we are deal with that matter, nothing.
Every time people are opening their mouth, they tell you a whole lot of nothing fun. So
every time
they have nothing to say. That's why I think sometimes better they just shut up.
I agree, because I commented on a number of issues, and none of them, to me, it should be shut up his mouth, because it don't make sense.
Because it don't make no sense, you know, no time, they don't have a solution to nothing. Nothing. They never have a solution to nothing. But I very hurt about how when he said concerning this situation with this plane. How this man has to really overreact. The man put his life on the line, the poor pilot said, clean. At that point, he may willing to die to save the rest of people when they're in a care.
Yeah.
Now this one, he want a black party tomorrow on Bachelor Avenue. What that do for the pilot?
Take the money where take the money where you should have take the money where I spent on a black party and contribute it to the man medical expenses because that man go on.
Medical expense pay until he give it to go back to work.
Yeah, because that man go a long time for recover, you know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now this holy man, he tell you he only in his mind, he tell you right when he gets out of everything and I want one cool beer. He can't drink, he can't
Belly king, he can't drink that.
He can't eat, the man tell you he take liquid food. This one a show party, that's the best thing could do. Man, people disrespectful, they get your last nerves and tell you the truth, Papa. But you have to call me out with their behavior. Father, like they only do that disrespect people, man. They need to stop the disrespect the Belizeans, because the Belizeans have them there.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, thanks.
Yeah, man, take care. Yeah, the man commented, the man commented about 4 or 5 issues, and like the caller say, I agree that he shouldn't be saying anything. Sorry. Carla, good morning, you're live.
Yeah, can I be on?
You're on.
You're live.
Joe.
Uh-huh.
I just get a message from me from St. Martin's School.
Uh-huh.
They no one gives the teacher the permission to go strike.
St. Martin's?
They never got no permission, so they want, yes. So they want that school to have it.
Oh.
But these teachers should have just go in the school and go.
No, well, I think about one of the things I want to say, teachers have to be responsible. Remember, if they got kids at school, they're responsible for them. I mean, they were informed that they have their meetings today. The meeting that they have, they don't strike the meeting that they have. And that usually happen. You give one notice, ample time, and the president said it, right? You have to be sensible, because you take care of kids during the day at school, and they give ample notice. I don't know.
That's true. If these teachers don't put one stand, they don't want to get up, no.
Well, I agree with you 100%.
Because these people, they play hard ball. They don't want to give their teachers their money. So the best thing for you, though, go to your meeting and hear what happened around that, because if only some could go, only some they want to give permission, what happen?
They want to divide and conquer, man. Then they try to divide and conquer. That's how the PUP operate.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, buddy.
So the teachers, they have to make up their mind what they want to do and what they don't want to do, because then they get chance.
Yes. Okay, buddy, thanks.
All right, good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you know that can happen, you know. You know that can happen. That we'll try to in the thing that you try divide and conquer, union busting. Carla, good morning, you're live.
Joe Bentley.
Where do you go on, Papa?
Where is that old Pancho Doble?
He's right there next to me.
You know, today here and got it out of my go there and have to put up in the ability to the guy who got it today.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Make what say.
I got an issue with this social security. You know? And when I got there yesterday, I thought like this. Not to answer about social security, because he like this. Well, when I got there yesterday, I tell you, lady, I got a bad back pain. I can't sit down. So when you give me the ticket, when I sit down, I want to sit down, because I can't get up and sit down, I get up and sit down. But anyway, they got through the whole process. Thank God, do that, I never get text, I never. Now when I go and take one picture, I tell the girl, I said, this, I can't just keep that picture. He said, no, you have to get a picture. So I sit down in the chair. Now, Joe, I can't do nothing about the size of the chair. Plus side of the chair, they got one thing when they put one thing, make a rate of signature upon, will obstruct you. Now the girl, they said, my head is too close to the top of the border for the picture. And the other, they have rules, right? And it tells me like if I could bend and stoop like one way, but I try to tell
But
me.
Luke is a big
Luke
guy.
big. Why? Now how you fit in that chair?
Luke is a and it's stuck in there.
I wonder you be stuck in that.
When young lady come from me, that's why I never lose it to them because young lady come. I bring one and then shower. We just sit on the chair, go, don't want
Wheel.
Okay.
help leave it. But the other girl, boy, she just couldn't figure out that if I just raise the camera or lower the camera in my world.
The camera is like this.
And then if I go tell you that, you know how we got today, when you tell somebody how to do the job, why you forget slap in the head, you have to get some bad treatment after that, you know?
Yeah, man.
The fact remains that I was in excruciating pain, my back would kill me. So I tell the young lady, I said, miss, first of all, this chair too small, I can't. I make it to the chair, but when I try to get up the whole chair, they come with me because she can't to me. No, I don't have just expect that they will use some of the initiative and decide, you know, the only way we could solve this thing, that's either lower the camera or heist the camera.
Yeah, reposition it so it go. Yeah.
What?
And Joe Bradley,
No.
to do something, I have never gone to Social Security. And obviously, what yesterday was, I was amazed that God has ever used the same for hours. Hell. Except they tell me I have to pay $26 to renew a Social Security. When I even want a Social Security.
How you not complain when they tell you if you can pay $70 for a driver's license?
How not complain?
The same thing. That is same
no,
thing.
because I don't got it.
No, but you are complaining.
I'm complaining.
Yeah, all right, good. So now,
because they are $40,
so now,
I don't know how you reach $70.
That's Luke's story now. So now Luke asked me because he don't have no vehicle. Asked me, please come in a Social Security yesterday. Well, Luke walk upstairs and me stay outside and me watch my phone. But I said it take extraordinarily long. So I peep on her 2-3 times. One the first time, they rated the quarrel with the people then because of appointment or whatever it is. I don't know what happened there. Then I got back outside and sit down and then I wait. Got back inside, he did a customer service to talk to somebody there. I said, all right, then look, I gotta get you, but it take long. When I got in there, he needed to wait behind a blue screen. But right by the side, but I take a picture. I stand up right there and I listen to the conversation. The young lady they tell this big man, this bigger man, say lower your head and keep it straight up. Now Luke could hardly move because he's a big guy.
Yeah, big for sure.
Right? I said to myself and I said, but miss, the camera could move. The camera is on a tripod. It can raise up and it can come down. The young lady simply refuses to do her job because she keeps the camera right there. Instead of the change chair and tell the man to lift up your head or put on your head or whatever, what she needed to do was raise the camera.
Yeah.
It designed for that. Now I know Luke Dali prima donna too, you know. Can't like quarrel for anything. This year one time and now I hang up on her. I will not dispute what he's saying because it happened in my presence. And when I got son up right there, I say, next young lady from the next side come cross. And she said, well, you can use this chair. And when Luke sat on the chair, that one of them swivel chair.
You got some, yeah.
It come down. I had to wait upon it. So it come down and it level off to the camera. My thing is that, lad, man, use your initiative, you to get pay, and I'm sure they get good pay. Social Security, I don't want any place they will not pay you good.
No, they pay good.
For their salary is for their operating cost is almost through the roof. Anyway, I don't get into that. But all the young lady had to do was get from behind the thing, get behind the camera, and adjust it.
Yeah, take the picture.
Adjust it, and I tell them, but miss the thing could adjust. But I never really say it loud, because I'm not going in no office and make no noise and disrespect nobody. I just said, miss, could adjust. Now when the next young lady see that I call, they say, what is the problem? I tell them, miss, but the camera could adjust. Say, no man, use this chair. And they put on the swivel chair, and that's how the thing resolved.
You know,
look usually.
But look, allow me to say this. I must say that Social Security have some other people, some nice people who work there. I remember one time taking a lady there to get a Social Security card, and the lady had on a sleeveless blouse. And I tell her, Miss, you have to go and come back. There was a lady who came out, a worker who came out, and the lady take off her jacket and say, Miss, just put on this jacket. Take your picture. I mean, they come in. Anyway, go ahead, Kawa. Go ahead.
So, Brazil, I must say that normally when I go to Social Security, I'm a very abrasive fellow. I wasn't yesterday. The young lady who came to me was so nice that I said, my God, Miss, why are you so nice to me? Because I will lose it, but give me no breaks, I forget upset. Until when I reach right that I in there, and then I got to pay $26 or something, while I don't think I'm going to pay $26. I don't get over that point there. But when I call normally, I complain about social, I normally get hung up. Ding, done, set up, play. And I normally, my favorite me uncle right there, I only hang on me.
Your uncle.
Right? So, I tell you, I call because I want the man know that I don't me always wrong when I call and say they did me. All right, good.
All right, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. But Fonso, I mean, yesterday I had.
Wait. Somebody said, good morning, Fonso. I went there. I can't believe that thing. Good morning, Fonso. I went there, and they told me I had to wait until the sun doesn't shine so she can take the picture. The young lady had me waiting there, and it looks like the lady wanted me to come back. I said I will not come back. I will wait here, and waited. I did. No, there is something wrong with a picture taking operation there with a person taking picture there. It need either training on how to handle the camera, or how to handle people.
No, I agree. You're 100%.
Joe, but it's no rocket science. You just lift up the camera. The tripod is designed for that. And maybe you don't want to do the work. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I still remember that they are YouTube, I usually watch YouTube.
We're not listening to you too good, Medi. We're not.
We're not here.
YouTube. Sambo. All right. YouTube. All right. I'll put it on. I think Sambo forget it this morning. Thanks, my dear. Okay, good.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Sambo, please check YouTube for me.
You see, also, you make a statement earlier, right? Where you see sometime that thing happened, you can't believe it. Now, I tell you one incident that happened to me yesterday. Yesterday, I came over here to license a vehicle, right? Got the inspection, everything done. Went into the traffic department.
It's on, right? All right.
Went to traffic department, right? I had a blank check. Usually what I do when I bring the check, I give the cashier the check. You know, as a lady, I said, could you give me a copy of the check? When I look on the check, you know how to go back and get another check?
Right.
Because the lady didn't know to fill out a check. Big cashier over there, no?
Hold on, wait. You came a blank check?
One blank check, signed check, right? Usually because I don't know how much for the thing.
Well then, sir. when the lady tell you how much for it, then you write the check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but listen to my.
Why you give her the blank check?
I always do this, right? I always do that. Just maybe
I never made I do that because next thing you know, she put the next
No,
that check there,
because
and then the cash pan.
Listen to me.
The difference out of the cash pan.
Trust, but listen to me. Hold on, make a
go ahead.
What I am saying to you, I've done this all the time. What they would do, I ask, give me a photocopy of the check. They give me a photocopy of the check. I know 210 cards I watch when I write it. You know where the young lady, how the young lady full out the check? Pay to the order of $210.
But Joe, that your mistake.
They not.
All you need to ask the young lady, how much
I
is
agree
it?
with you, but that,
And then you fully check and you know better.
well, yes, but the thing is, I am saying, fun. So this is one thing where a lot of people go there with a check and they full it in, right? I'm saying no. Whenever I have to do that again, I want to fill out my one check. But one cashier don't know if you fill out one check.
You can't blame her for
Boy,
not follow the check correct. So you have to go back for another check. Well, now you're bad.
Anyway,
that one there, I will give it to you. Full ban.
would I be for blame? All right. No. Well, but the one thing you got some. You go over there and you got some nice cashier with deal with you. I mean, they're really nice. They're really nice. I don't like
me don't hand nobody will check. One blank check.
210, but to the right front, sir, people right through the thing and say and write the thing. Why you asking for a photocopy of it? Anyway, I know. They not like a security one time tell me, remember you didn't have one PUP office now. That was his mistake. Anyway, yeah, but the teachers are out, and we were here after this.
Not all, you know, because some of the caller pointed out, not all the teachers have been given time
to come out.
To go.
So it could quite likely be that their management, not they allow them to come out. Right. So, well, let's hope that they have meetings and some decision. But like you say, a number of teachers, in fact, you remember we had seen they had some 10th September celebration out in Dangriga, and they had a number of teachers out there, and they never free. They bring out their placard and they want a salary and a whole lot of thing from September. So that was 7 months now. Yeah, 7 months. September, October, November, December, 7 years. So now they're having their meetings now. And then Francis must say, well, as usual, they must wait for a comprehensive study. Because I think, if I know mistake...
But as it relates to the teachers and so, they're not Francis, so they answer that.
Huh?
I reckon, yeah.
Rekenia
is the Minister of Education.
Yeah, he changed, yeah. Well, it was Henry Charles who said they need to do a comprehensive review of the whole situation and whole thing. Carla, good morning, your life.
Joe. So then they get rid of the commissioner after all today, no? Thing that I got handing over ceremony that they're not fun today.
Okay.
And then the fund staker here, with our crowd must want to do some press conference about the hijacking. They want just officially come out now at 3 o'clock this evening and say something about the hijacking. Could you imagine that after nearly a month or so? They just feel like dark. And the big man was supposed to talk, still look like he afraid the camera. And I don't know if Fonseca going to talk, but because he's not talking it, we hit down in a, because you know what, the camera catching here.
And the you listen, but buddy, you.
I'm tell you the truth, and I'm glad to the teachers there, man. The teachers there, they stand up for themselves. The teachers, they have to do anything because this crowd, if you left this crowd now, they have to do everything else. And if you guys can remember, the first 5 years, Then we promise the teachers, you know, for 5 years, and I get their thing, you know.
20%. No,
They
the
big pay.
20% increase.
That's right.
20% increase.
So teachers can get paid up to this day. Joe, if you imagine when you retire, they tell you fix your paper 1 year before you retire, Joe. And when you retire, nothing can come out for you, my brother.
Why?
Where we live, man? You're being asked to do it 1 year before your retirement. And when the year finish and you come out, boy, you have to look out for money to pay your rent and pay your bills.
Yeah, kind of. No, it takes long for you. Because,
It's still not come out already, you know?
yeah, because you know, from Public Service Commission, from the Public Service, from your office, your file go to the Public Service Commission. Then from there, you got a treasury for the calculated
Then you got
income tax.
then for tax, you go to the next one too.
Yeah. It's so.
It's all over the place, but that's why they give 1 year to 1 year, 12 months.
Yes.
65 days. And when that's done, you still can't give your money.
Yeah.
There are some teachers right now who are retired and don't get their money yet, you know.
And they got loan, you know. They got bills.
They got loan, they got bills to pay. They have to eat. So I think it is high time that the teachers then stand up. I mean, I hear about no, this year when they complain, you know, get good notice, parents and so. They get notice that the teachers would not have been in classroom today. So me know I no complaint.
Well,
Notice that means you need to find how during the holiday time you find somebody to mind a big thing. Because that's they complain now and they love FM there, you know.
No, but of course.
They complain that parents will have to find the babysitter to mind and picnic. This, that. You get notice in
Well, if you don't want to find babysitter for mind the picnic, then pay the teachers then.
That's right. Tell the government.
Pay the teachers. Why don't you tell it the government pay the teachers?
No, they not tell.
Then the teachers they in a school.
Love FM not tell the teacher. No, what tell it.
No.
They not.
I don't know about them. They don't get the shock up in their life to they say I tell them, left alone.
They know what boy.
Alone.
Yeah, they always they take up the government when a minister go to you can't question me.
You can't call. Yeah.
And then again, boy, yesterday was so nice to that with that press conference where the UDP got man. That's the way we need to move on. The rest of the thing alone and let's move on. Get with people in order. Like what the leader said, we need to find somebody good that comes down at Toledo. We need to find somebody good that stand quick. Make we could start because village council election around the corner.
Yes, it's
and
next.
we need to make them know because some of them villages are still not happy, you know.
Yep.
But remember village council election. Remember the trade license.
Yeah.
You remember the trade license? Right after village council election, then they get implemented, you know.
Exactly so, my brother.
Cause everything is set, you know, that just for implement.
This code is set, you know, because they say, look, you give a new mandate, so we want to, you tell we to go, you vote we back in again.
Yep.
The confidence in we, so we want to, we be like, you know.
Yeah.
This is the deal.
Nothing, no
They
budget.
have to watch them, but they are carefully, and as they move, we have to jump on them back.
Correct.
We have to have the people in order. So that we could move right.
UDP.
Entire Labor Day tomorrow, Joe, and Consult.
You too, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, man.
buddy.
It's
Yeah.
9. It's 9 o'clock. We need to take our last break. We'll do that, and we'll be right back.
Ready for fantastic discounts. From now through to September 30th, Venice is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Venice store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th, only at Venice. Quality and savings.
unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Your island escape is waiting. Book your stay at Bananas on the Beach and enjoy exclusive local specials this Easter. Call or WhatsApp us at 614-9857 or visit our website to book your stay today.
Evening, everybody. No one, no two, but three fanan, TV, and all the lights. Hey!
Small changes, like turning off lights and appliances when leaving the room, can make a big difference in your energy usage. Talk to your family about energy management today. Do a little, conserve a lot. Need help? The BEL 24/7 app has tools to get you on the right track. Download today and let's talk energy management.
Need to send payments to Belize? No long lines, no delays, no stress. With OneLink Mobile, sending payments to Belize is as easy as a tap. Convenient and secure. OneLink Mobile keeps you connected wherever you are. Send payments to Belize with just one link. Convenient and secure payments anytime, anywhere. Download our mobile app from the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. OneLink Mobile. Welcome to the future of payments.
Catoos Construction, Aggregates and Trucking, Sand and Gravel, Premium Black Soil, Crushed Stones, Washed White Sand, River Stones, Concrete Mix and much more. Catoos Construction, Aggregates and Trucking has everything. Visit us at our new branch located at mile 5.5 George Price Highway, right across from Old Belize. You can pick up any material or get it delivered straight to your door. We deliver by the truckload, the cubic yard, and even by the sack. Call 611-6600. That's 611-6600. Catoos Construction, Aggregates and Trucking.
Looking for great deals on electronics? Then stop in at VIP Wireless at number 14 Orange Street, Belize City. We have Fire Stick, Roku, and Comcast devices starting at only $79.99. We also carry smart television sets at unbeatable prices. Looking for name brand cell phones? We have them all at incredible prices. We also have power banks, wireless speakers, headphones, and much, much more. Visit us 14 Orange Street in Belize City or call 227-1431. VIP Wireless, connecting you to the world through technology.
fresheners to transform your spaces with aromas inspired by nature. The Be Pure and Simple Air Freshener collection offers fresh, fruity, floral, and warm fragrances, including Berry Burst, Calming Vanilla, Captivating Orchid, Cotton Flower, Ocean Spray, and Water Lily. Immerse yourself in the intriguing aromas of the Be Pure and Simple Air Freshener collection.
Beep for a happy, healthy home. It starts with Beep. It starts with Beep.
The bank, remember the loan? Oh man, it late.
No need. Heritage Bank have e-loans with special interest rates when you apply online. Residential mortgages, vehicle loans, and credit cards.
Yeah, but the bills, man, the bills, light, water, you know, oh man.
Harry, you to be dramatic. You too old school, man. Come on now. With Heritage Bank, all of that could be done online. Any bill you could think about, you could pay online with Heritage Bank. That way you really want to go for though.
Oh, babe, the chapman they come today, and I need to go to the ATM to get some cash.
Why?
I show no cash no in that the computer.
Go online today for quick and easy access to our application at your fingertips. You now have the convenience of applying for your loan from your desk or home. It's simply bringing banking to you. Some restrictions apply. Heritage Bank, the bank that gives you more.
Welcome back to Wednesday's edition of First Thing in the Morning, live from Studio 2 Wave 105.9, your most trusted name in information, education, and entertainment. Alfonso Noble, Joe Bradley, sitting in Studio 2, operating from the foothills of the Bell Channel Bridge right here in Belize City, Wednesday, the 30th day of April, 2025. Again, we want to remind you, the Garden will be out later this evening. Grab a copy of the Garden, read it, share it to your family and your friends. Be informed, read the Garden, and again, if you want to have a message, you want to put an ad in the Garden, you can call 227-2576 and have it included in this week's edition of the Garden. Let's take this call. Carlo, good morning. Yeah.
So yeah, we're on YouTube. You have to look for First Thing in the Morning. FUST, just like that.
First Thing in the Morning. Okay, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a steadier version. Steadier streaming platform.
It looks good. It looks really good.
So, yeah.
Clean.
So.
It's clean.
But yeah, the teachers by Carl.
Carla, good morning. You're live.
Yes. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Fonso.
Where you going, Papa?
Yes, Joe. I listened in on the conference by the opposition UDP yesterday morning. I think it was timely. I believe that content-wise and organizational-wise, it was on point. And I will take this opportunity to congratulate the leader of the opposition and her team for a job well done. What stuck with me, Joe, in terms of her delivery, was essentially she was saying, listen, the business of the effective governance of this country cannot be left to the PUPs. And the time has come for people to realize that the party is in a rebuilding mode, and that rebuilding mode is an indicator that good and effective governance has to take place to move Belize as a country from where we are now to where we need to be. That includes social justice, prosperity, etc., etc. I think it was a point well made, Joe. The other thing that she said that really stuck with me was, she said, we are not going to turn the party into the legal circus. And I think that that was a point well made. I think that people have had their fill of seeing the business of the party on the 6 o'clock news every day, or very, very frequently, if not every day, for the wrong reasons. I believe that the call to duty cannot be overstressed, Joe and Fonso. One of the things that I see is that we allow the PUPs to kind of fill out their own report card, and whenever the budget reads, you will see this. You will hear the banging of this when somebody goes to physically install a water system at Halakte, which is what they're supposed to do anyway. You will hear banging on the desk when we talk about how many police officers there are, and that is what they're supposed to do anyway. What you will not get is an independent evaluation of how they've been doing. Joe, especially as a finance man and as an accounting gentleman, knows that one of the most effective tools to monitor where you are is called an independent audit. An independent audit. And somebody needs to be in that position to objectively take all the politics out of it, take any bias out of it, to objectively judge where the country is. And I'll just read off in 2 minutes some of the issues that have been pointed out by the World Bank. One of them is weak fiscal policy, and essentially it's basically, this would relate to, for example, in my view, what it is that we're doing in relation to affecting the circumstances of our people. Call centers seem to be the only game in town. Generally, in my view, again, it's another name for sweatshop, Joe Alfonso. Has anybody ever investigated the conditions and the unanswered job security, the lack of job security in those places?
Well, my brother,
and the general abuse that these workers go through.
Yep. Well, you talk about
the bathroom conditions.
Yes. Horrible.
It's terrible.
I've spoken to a number of people.
It's terrible. And people have to do it because that is the only game in town.
Yep.
Yes. So, and again, in terms of fiscal policy, we know that the gentleman that is in the White House, his policies and his orders are affecting the globe generally. And certainly for a little destination like Belize. So when the U.S. needs...
You catch cold.
No cold, catch pneumonia.
Wow, all right.
So that's what it is. The U.S. needs, Belize get pneumonia.
Okay.
And I'm saying that one of the issues that has been raised by this president before he started to sign these orders was that he will be committed to pumping out the remittances that are sent from the United States to the various countries of origin of the people that are there. And Joe Alfonso, when you look at our scenario, I have seen figures of $200 to $300 million in terms of remittances from states. I believe it is 2 or 3 times that amount. Why am I saying this? When they borrow from states, Joe Alfonso, who is actually putting a value to those? Customs do only guess, and most of the time they will go through anyway.
Right.
Long story short, the official figures is that remittances contribute as much as 5% to the GDP of this nation. That is very, very significant, Joe Alfonso, 5%. And they might say, yeah, but that's so low. But you know how low it is? The contribution from fisheries, $23 to $24 million annually, only makes up 1% of GDP.
Wow, say, look.
About 46 million?
Joe Alfonso. So what is it that we are going to do to supplant and to effectively treat with this storm that is coming? Some of our people can't live without remittances, Joe.
Well,
that's true.
Yep.
That's true.
A lot of people's house rent is being paid by families in the States. They take care of the living expenses.
Bills,
a whole lot of thing. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, so when the honorable leader of the opposition is basically saying, in effect, we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared to take over the reins of governance, public governance in this country. It cannot be overstated that that need is not like, no, it was yesterday.
Pressing.
Another thing pointed out by the World Bank, this are not UDP and this are not BPP that said it. The World Bank is saying high crime and violence. This is one of the issues that the country struggles with. We all know that there's a relationship, and it's not necessarily a straight line relationship, between the conditions of people, crime and violence, the economic conditions of people, and crime and violence. Whenever the economy is stressed, people will find a way to make a living. And a lot of times, what they have, the only option that they have is illegal. All right? You can recall there's been this struggle between a certain police commissioner and the ex-honorable Perifit, who in my view is a genius. Mr. Perifit, people know that he's a marksman.
Economist.
And he's not only an attorney.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Perifit is making the point that, man, I know that for a certain commissioner, the bodies that are falling from gunfire, you either treat them as murder or manslaughter. And so a certain commissioner is basically, his narrative is that, well, there's not much. I think that what Mr. Perifit could have done is to say, but he does what he does, to say, listen, whether you want to call it manslaughter or murder, it is death from gun violence.
Yeah.
To call it that. Yep. And you will see that we remain in dire straits, and remain in dire straits because the violence is not arbitrary. You can't have people that die from gunfire if there's no guns, if guns are not available, and bullets are not available, and you will not have them dying from gun violence if the drug trade is not brought under control. So there's that aspect of it. And I'll just read two more. The other issue is the large trade deficit. You know, gentlemen, and we get so used to being in this position that a lot of us don't realize that when you go to the supermarket, Joe Alfonso, 90% of the thing that they on the shelf.
The foreign. Yeah.
It's imported.
90.
And you know that one of the problems that the current president is facing, and the country, the United States, is facing, is inflation, and it's inflation on everything, including we import a lot of food items. And so that's a major, major challenge for us. And nobody's constructively talking about this. People are basically saying, when is it that we're going to hear from the Prime Minister? And gents, who is not surprised that we haven't heard from him? I am not surprised.
Yeah.
So people will recall that going back in the day, when there was turmoil in terms of the leadership of the PUP, that man was not one of the most favored.
Nope.
And so when people start to talk about certain gentlemen talk about no talent, it's really a joke for me.
Yeah.
I don't think that anybody would have ascribed him being one of the sharpest knives in the PUP draw. So, so we have problem there. And the other one that I would touch on is the debt burden. And I talked about this, I guess, yesterday. And this is serious. It is serious because we are borrowing money to chase debts. So it's not that we are borrowing money for constructive purposes.
Right.
We are borrowing money just to not default. When you borrow money, what happens? It becomes due. And it's not a profit-making business for you that is borrowing. It's really a profit-making business for who you're borrowing from. And when we have this debt and we don't know where it is, I think, as I said yesterday, the debt to GDP ratio in 2021 was 103% to 100%. It meant that when Belize made $100 $100, we still owe not only the 100, we owe $100.03. This is no position for anybody to be in. And just to give you some perspective on this, when you look at where Latin America is in terms of debt to GDP ratio, it's about 51%. You see, so I'm saying all of these things, gents, because the president couldn't have itself, Joe Alfonso, and these things give me, I won't say sleepless nights, but it gives me a cause to deep concern that me and Joe Alfonso, we depend on pension, you know.
Yeah.
And there are certain countries that have defaulted in a way. Argentina, I believe, and it could have been Uruguay or Paraguay, where at the end of this month, people like me and Joe are on the bank, and there was nothing in there for them. And so this is not just an academic conversation.
It's real.
Yeah, this is real.
Yeah.
We're in crisis mode.
Yep.
We're in crisis mode, gents. And so, you know, again, in solidarity with the leader of the opposition, you know, wait till the storm gets here, you know, Joe.
You prepare for it.
You know, wait till the hurricane is here to begin planning.
Yeah.
You have to begin planning, and in this case, you have to put yourself in a position where you are ready to assume the reins of governance when the opportunity comes. So, gents, you know, I got to go, but I want to say kudos to the leader of the opposition and her team for a job well done yesterday. And for those of us who love Belize, and I don't love ourselves, but those of us who love Belize and is committed to another way, now is the time to put your shoulder to the wheel. Have a good one, gents, and continue to do the splendid job that you have been doing.
Yeah, man.
Have a good Labor Day as well. Tomorrow is Labor Day.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
There has to be a better way, and what Mr. Maivit pointed out about not having the pensioners not having that money in there is something that could possibly happen.
Yeah, man.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, my brother.
Good morning, Alfonso and Joe.
Hey, morning, buddy.
Yeah, indeed. Let me start by saying Happy Labor Day to all the laborers who are being taken for granted by this administration. So this Labor Day has special significance because even as Labor Day is approaching, the laborers have to be getting together to decide what will be their course of action to get the kind of appreciation and compensation for their hard labor. What do you say?
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that, sir.
So the teachers are meeting today, I understand. What is your understanding? They're meeting in their different regions, right? They're not meeting all together.
Right. It's a national meeting, but it is being done separately in terms of each branch, district branch is having their own meeting, and they will come up with a course of action, or they will instruct their leadership as to what do we want and how we will achieve it, and that will include whether or not they go on strike or demonstration or what it is that they need to do, no?
You know, one of the things we have been a bit critical of the leader, the president of the BNTU, and I wanted to just restate or qualify what I have said. I don't want there to be any misconstruing of what we have said or what in particular I have said. I have gone on record to say that in terms of her ability to think and to communicate, this president of the BNTU is one of the most brilliant women and one of the most brilliant Belizeans. And I am particularly proud of her because kind of government we are dealing with and how they have a way of trying to undermine these organizations by all sorts of means. One of those means being that they try to court these leaders and in that way to make them not be as effective in representing the cause of their membership. So that is all we are saying. We have maximum love and respect for the president of the BNTU. We just from time to time feel that we need to caution her and the other union leaders. Don't allow yourselves to have the PUP put you in a state where you go too soft on the administration, because by nature, unions, in order to get for their membership what their membership deserve, have to be militant. And so that is all we're saying. Do you understand what I'm saying there?
Very
Alfonso
clearly,
Joe?
sir. Very clearly.
We have no particular axe to grind with these union leaders, people like Dean Flowers and so on. Maximum respect for them, right? All we are saying is we understand the kind of administration you're dealing with, and we have seen in the past where they have effectively subdued the effectiveness of these unions by the way they try to court the leaders and to put them in a kind of submissive mode so that they don't achieve the maximum for their membership and for the larger Belizean community. That is all we're saying. So we stand in full solidarity with the Belize National Teachers Union. And one of the things about the Belize National Teachers Union, I started out by asking you how it is that they are going to do their thing today. Because traditionally, the BNTU has one of the best structures, one of the best organized unions. They have a way, their branches are all well organized, and they have a way of communicating with their leadership. And when they make a decision, it always has to go back to the membership and then go back to the leadership. The way the BNTU has operated over the years in terms of its structure, one of the reasons why they are such a strong union is because of the way they are organized. And that is why governments, incumbent governments, particularly the PUP, are always so afraid of the BNTU,
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right, Joe?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So all we're saying to them, make sure that you continue to work that process the same way. So, and we appeal to the leadership of the BNTU, when you get your instructions from your membership today, do not disappoint them. Make sure that you carry out your mission with a purpose that is guided by your membership. And as long as you do that, you cannot go wrong. This government is so afraid of you because they know that they have not treated the teachers fairly. And they know that the teachers have all right and all reason to rebel and to revolt against this administration. So if that is what needs to happen for you to get the fair treatment that you deserve and need, then let it be.
Yep.
Right, Alfonso?
Absolutely. Yes,
Because-
man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man.
Because again we have to reiterate where the teachers are concerned. This 8.5 raise, even if they get it, would not do justice to them, because they were promised 20% increase.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Joe?
Yeah.
They were promised 20% increase in the 1.0 Plan Belize Manifesto in 2020. And instead of following through on that promise, the PUP in fact went back and amended their Plan Belize 1.0 Manifesto, and they redacted that entire portion from the manifesto which promised the teachers 20% increase, which they deserve. But you see, when the PUP make these promises, they don't make these promises genuinely, and they do not even assess the situation to see if it is practicable. They make these promises promises just to win an election. And that is the difference between the PUP and the UDP. When the UDP make manifesto commitments, we properly think it out to see if it is possible. And then when we promise, we deliver.
We make sure it's
That's it.
doable. The UDP, make sure the promises are doable.
That's right. And we warned everybody before the general elections, They must sell you all kind of dreams. They will answer yes to every prayer. The bottom line is that the details are always, as I said, the devil is always in the details. And so they made all these promises again before the election that just went. But we promised everybody that we know the PUP, and once the elections are over, all you will get is more of the same.
Push around.
And that's right. And you will get new taxes, a litany of new taxes, and they are coming. So take out your magnifying glass, because I notice they have no under pressure now announced that indeed there will be a budget presentation. And so when that budget presentation comes, we need to all look into that budget with our magnifying glass to find where the taxes are. Because as sure as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, there will be
new
taxes. New taxes and increased taxes in that new budget, don't you think?
Absolutely. But we know that there is no other form of revenue that this government is able to source, and the streams, the grant, the one MCC grant, for example, has swiped away $50 million from under them. That has to be replaced, and you can only replace that by taxation.
That
This government can only replace it by taxation.
Yes, sir.
And they have not grown the economy,
Yes.
They have shrunk the economy. They make a lot of talk about growing the economy.
And you see, Delroy, the wagon that is carrying the economy is the tourism sector. They are not telling us the numbers for the tourism industry. You know why? Those numbers have plummeted significantly. But they don't want to tell with that. So taxation is the way.
The only way.
Even as the waste. Even as the waste and overspending by the Minister of Tourism has increased. And so that is what we're dealing with, people. The budget is coming now, and it will be riddled with a litany of additional taxation.
Yes, sir.
Have to be able to read the fine print. As your mother used to say, Joe, read between the lines.
Yes, read between the lines. Yeah.
But quickly before I wrap up, getting back to the matter at hand with the teachers and the public officers and all the laborers who we salute tomorrow on Labor Day. They have got to be focused and ensure that this government listens and heeds their demands. And whatever must be done that is lawful and legal to make sure that the government does so, they have to be prepared to do. So we stand in solidarity with the teachers, with the public officers, with the joint union negotiating team. As you know, Joe and Alfonso, there's nothing wrong with negotiations per se. In fact, that is the way you'd want to go. But we know the track record and the history of this PUP administration, and particularly when you notice what has happened since this Presenio administration came to office. Every time the unions begin to get ready to mobilize, to ensure that they get what they deserve for themselves and the country, this PUP, John Presenio administration, they have one playbook that they operate by, what they will do, they will bring out Cordell Hyde, because with all respect to Cordell, again, Cordell is a man who knows how to talk to working people, you know. And that is the difference between he and Briseño, right? So Cordell has the right language and has the right demeanor and has the right temperament to speak with the union leaders. And that is to his credit. But Cordell must also not allow himself to be used. Because the people, when you quiet down those people because they listen to you, because you know how to talk to people. Because in truth, if I have to choose between John Briseño and Cordell Hyde, give me Cordell Hyde every day, because John Briseño, every time he opens his mouth, he disrespects hard-working people, right? But Cordell knows how to talk to people. But Cordell must also not allow himself to be used by John Briseño and those others to quiet down the workers, because then in the long term that does not benefit the workers who respect him. What you say?
Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. Just another pawn. He's just another pawn.
You remember when Cordell went to the house, when the teachers were practicing to do something, when he went to the house in that meeting in December of last year, and he bragged that, oh, I don't want the UDP think that they were getting a mileage out of that, because there will be no demonstration, because the teacher will get what they want, and he put his credibility on the line, you know, and so that it will be delivered to them. And what happened? Cordell enough to look bad, and the teachers enough to feel worse.
Yep.
You hear me?
Very clearly.
So Cordell Hyde, don't sacrifice your credibility one more time for John Briseño and Howie and them who control the finance. Because you could talk to the teachers as nice as you want, and you could make them commitments, and then when the time comes that it is not delivered, the teachers will still have to demonstrate, and you will look bad again, and the teachers will feel worse.
Yep.
So let me end up this morning, Joe and Alfonso. We want to go on record again to say that we stand in full support and solidarity of the unions and their leadership. We just want to appeal to them, the leaders. Don't allow yourself to be used and quoted by the PUP politicians into going soft on them, and then that does not benefit your membership. Good morning.
Yes, my brother.
Excellent chicken at excellent prices. Check out Martin in the Michael Finnegan Market booth number 15. He got chicken for a plate, pocket, and pot size. Special effects. Get your vehicle parts. Their number is 610-2011, 610-2038. They deliver countrywide. Just send them a WhatsApp message. Wild dog food. If you want your dog happy, give a wild dog food. The dog want happier, you want happier. Then Cecil Jenkins for valuations. 631-9220. 631-9220. And then owners beliefs. If you want to buy land, if you want to sell land, if you want to find your land, get in touch with owners beliefs. You can also call Alan Kelly at 622-9090. Bronx Butane.
Bronx Butane at the corner of Mahogany and Mopan Street, where you get your gas in your gas tank, you take your money out your pocket for pay fund. At Bronx, we're open 7 days a week. However, we don't do home deliveries on Sundays. And treat or taste most good food, good pizza. Most pizza and pasta at the Newtown Barracks. You can also enjoy that delicious homemade meat pie, and then you call 2230709 Chongsin Restaurant. You place your order there and tell her when if you go for your food, you go to 184 Canonard Front Street and Majestic Alley, officially named Pink Sally, and you can pick up and enjoy delicious Chinese food. And then the Sahara Grill, 3.5 miles on the Philip Wilson Highway, for delicious Lebanese food. You call 203-3031 and you make your reservation. Yala Asahara. Telma got together what Wednesday regular food, but then I got a little lady, Miss Betty. Miss Betty right back at Lake still so excellent. You not try food yet, no, Fonso?
No.
Try it right by half of Mahogany Street by Toto. You got to think that it's 2nd Street. Miss Betty got some delicious fire hard food. Yeah. Well, we want to say, and then Sambo want to spin Sambo that tomorrow night to the spin, right? Sambo Thursdays on Thursday. Yep. And we wanna wish all laborers out there a happy Labor Day.
All workers countrywide.
Yes, man, countrywide. Work.
Happy Labor Day.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we want to say thanks for having us in your offices, in your cars, in your homes, in your bedrooms, wherever you listen to us, wherever you watch us. We also want to remind you that the garden will be out later this evening, and you could call 227-2576 if you want a message, if you want greetings. Have it included in this week's edition of The Garden. Alfonso Noble, Joe Bradley, the entire management and staff of Wave Radio, Wave TV, the UDP Secretariat, the Garden newspaper. We want to bid you all workers, a happy Labor Day. Keep it locked on Wave 105.9. Be safe.
We'll be back on Friday.
Yep. Samba.
Wamagwarugu nidu heno wagia garinago hamagiyono owale lulu wadamu rilago ai alright Sarahoma nidu heno Sarahoma garinago Sarahoma nidu heno Sarahoma Giono Creole and Garifuna now fighting to adjust. We came from West Africa, they divided us. Now we come together, children of Belize, fighting to get over